So he's back at the Barn Theater in Augusta. Robert Newman, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and he's back to talk to us today. Hi, Robert.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome back.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
So, big day tomorrow, huh?
What's happening tomorrow?
Opening day.
Ah,
right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we will actually have people. Yes,
That would be
correct.
people there,
Yes.
right? You've been going all along. As I recall, and you've done this many more times than I, but at one point, at some point here before you open, you just keep doing it.
Yeah.
Keep running through, make sure you know everything.
I do, yeah.
Right.
One of the unfortunate byproducts of doing a soap opera for 28 years
Right.
is you develop a binge and purge way of memorizing. You have to memorize today's dialogue, and you have to forget it because tomorrow you have dialogue and you can't be thinking about what you said yesterday. So, yes, I actually have to go back and revisit dialogue frequently when I'm doing a play, whether it's for 2 weeks or for 6 weeks or 6 months.
Well,
Yeah.
we're laughing about it, but that is one of the things about soap opera acting is that you have a lot of lines to learn over and over.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, a
Yeah.
little bit, yeah. I would do anywhere from 15 to 30 pages every day.
Right.
4 or 5 days a week. So, yeah, you're plowing through it pretty fast, yeah.
So in this case, then, you become, I don't know, more comfortable or more familiar. At least you have more time to get cozy with what you're doing.
Sure, and I do a lot of work before I even get here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, for the apprentices, they don't know what role they're playing until we start rehearsal, which was last Wednesday or Thursday or so.
Wow.
But I know well in advance, so I can do my research. I can read through. I read through, Victor Hugo's novel and watch the Disney animated film, which didn't really help me a whole lot. But
Still,
but
right.
this is a very, very complex piece. It really is, surprisingly so for a Disney. For an offering from Disney, there's a lot of levels to this thing.
What's your favorite part about it?
There's some sweeping melodies in this, and I am a complete sucker for great melodies. I'm the guy who's sitting there during the overture of a musical and getting all weepy just at the beginning, just hearing the music of Sound of Music or Carousel or something like that. And this one is, I think it's written in that sort of traditional musical sense.
Yep.
Today we're seeing so many musicals that are around. In fact, the Barn is doing some of them, that are around rock and roll themes or around sort of a more Rant has a much more modern feel to it. I would say Hunchback is a little more in the traditional sense, and that just there's something in there. The very first musical I ever saw when I was, I think, maybe 5 years old was Peter Pan.
Oh, sure.
And of course, a few years ago, I was able to come back here and play Captain Hook.
Right.
And while I was playing Captain Hook, I found myself standing off stage watching the scenes that I wasn't in and experiencing that same kind of like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
when I was a child, I did this, and now I play Captain. So I just got drawn in. So that's one thing. And also, I think that it's, as I said earlier, there's a complexity to this play. And I mean that in a very positive way that I think is unexpected. There's a lot of challenges for the viewer in this play. To me, the greatness of theater is when you see yourself somewhere up there on stage, and it's not always as the good guy. Sometimes it's as the bad guy. And here, I think we see so many different kinds of, and particularly in this character that I'm playing, there's so many different levels to this guy that I'm really drawn to that kind of a thing.
What's it like trying to make an impression on people who want to be you? They want to be successful in this business.
Oh, yeah. I was taking it another way. I was thinking, no, you really don't want to be me. You don't want to get too far inside of here.
So to speak.
This is pretty. Well, if you're talking about the apprentices, my main thing with them is to just continue to build on really what they're doing now. You need to develop a really, even today more than when I was growing up. When I was coming into the business, there was the triple threat. There was you were a singer, dancer, and actor, and that was a triple threat.
Right.
I was never that because I don't really dance. But now it seems to have expanded to self-producing, self-directing, to writing, to all kinds of things. YouTube has opened up everything. So these guys really have to be on the ball. I've been talking to them a lot about self-taping. These days, half of my auditions, the casting director sends me the dialogue, and I have to put myself on tape and then upload it, edit it, and upload it, and everything else. So you have to develop this kind of thing. But also, I was just saying to one of our equity members, Samantha Record, the other day. I was just quoting Cagney, who was before my time, even, you know. But he said this about acting. He said, "Stand up straight, look the other actor in the eye, and tell the truth." And I was told that, I think, in my first year of by my first acting teacher in my third year of college. And I've remembered it ever since. And I think I remember it because the core of what acting really is entirely in that statement. Everything outside of that is technique, and technique is the most important thing in the world, right? You have to have technique. You have to know how to make your voice last for 8 performances a week. You have to know how to memorize dialogue. You have to know how to do all these things. But we've all seen actors who have extraordinary technique, but we don't feel anything. And that's where that statement comes in. If you're not telling the truth, that is the core of everything that we do, I think, whether it's a Disney musical or it's The Lion in Winter.
Whatever it is, yeah. We could talk about this for hours, but we won't do that.
Sorry.
That's okay. So Robert Newman is at the Hunchback of Notre Dame at Barn Theater in Augusta. You know, the Barn is a gem in the community anyway. But
I love the Barn.
You talk to people like Robert Newman and Tom Wopat and Rex Smith and all these people who find time in their successful careers to come back and be part of this, and they all say the same thing. We love it.
There's something extraordinary about it. And just so people know, I'll be in the bar show afterward every night. I'm happy to sign autographs and take pictures and, you know, send a video message to your mom and that kind of thing.
Record your
so please come see
greeting.
the show. Come say hello to me afterward, and we'll have a great time, I promise.
Good. Thank you for coming back.
Thank you.
Robert Newman, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and that will be at Barn Theater starting tomorrow. So get yourself some tickets right now